Do you think it makes a difference knowing the personality type of the prospect that's sitting across from you? Well, you're going to find out exactly about that in this video. Hey, it's Tom Jacobs here. I love dropping these videos to give you a little bit of knowledge and edge on your sales and helping those solo practitioners, solopreneurs increase their business, help more people, and make more money. So let's dive into all about personality types. In sales and in life, there are typically just 4 different personality types. And when you know the personality type of yourself and of the prospect, and you know what the triggers are, what they like, what they don't like, then your sales are going to get a lot better. But the challenge is figuring out which personality type that person is very quickly in the sales conversation. But once you get that figured out, now you can talk their language and make that sale. There are just 4 different personality types, and you are one of them, and your prospects are either the same or a different personality types. And I went through a training, it was called the Banks system, and it basically broke people down into 4 different personality types. Now, most salespeople are the red. This is impulsive, makes quick decisions. And then the most, especially for heart-centered salespeople, the most of those salespeople are in the yellow, which is all about making that connection and having a community with them. And then we have the blueprint. These are folks that are like police officers. They really like to have structure and they want everything to be in place. And they follow the rules very, very close. And then we have the green, which is the knowledge. And this only represents about 10% of the population. They need all the studies. They need every bit of information before they make a decision. So those are your 4 different personality types. And then we're going to be talking about how to address each one of them to make sure that you make more sales. When you are first in that sales conversation, it will take you maybe a minute to figure out the personality type of the person that you're talking to. And then you're wanting to adjust to their personality type. So this one time I was on a sales call with a prospect and she was clearly a nurturing person. And that's the orange or the yellow. And I'm a full-on red action person. So I had to slow down my conversation with her because I tend to talk a little bit fast. And I talked about all about the community that's involved in the program. I spoke about how we're going to hold her hand along the way, make sure that everything is good. And that's how I adjusted for that personality type. It ended up in a sale. Imagine that. And you can do it too. Now, adjusting your sales conversation to a personality type is kind of advanced sales techniques, but it's very important because it can put that prospect at ease when they are talking to somebody that is the same personality type. Well, you've had those friends that just really kind of annoy you because of their personality, and maybe they're a knowledge person and you're an action person, and knowledge people have to go into so much detail, and an action person is so quick to make decisions, and that is like oil and water. But when you are in the sales conversation and you are adjusting, it's like the cherry on the top of the cake. If somebody's like on the edge of making the purchase or not making the purchase, but they feel like this person really understands me because you've adjusted to their personality type, well, that's going to push them over the edge. You're going to make more sales because of it. So put it into your sales toolkit. Now, by understanding the different personality types that you're talking to, and you understand what their values are, the values of a blueprint person is structure, stability. And you can pretty much tell that when they walk in. And if they're a police officer or an engineer, you know, that's pretty good chance that they're in the blue. Now, for a knowledge person, again, they might be an engineer, but when they start to ask a lot of questions right from the start, and especially really technical questions, you're going to know exactly that that's who you're dealing with. With the yellow, once you understand that they're talking about relationships and maybe they come in, they're super bubbly, they give you a hug immediately, that is a nurturing personality type. And the action person, when they roll up in that BMW that's bright red and they've got some really cool clothes on, they're really shiny and they're talking kind of fast, and you know that they're an action person. And when you can now understand all of the different high level parts of the personality, now you can start to identify who it is very quickly. As I said before, speaking to prospects using their personality types is an advanced sales technique, but is very impactful. I've noticed as I started to implement this, both in my own personal relationships, but also for the sales conversations, that I was actually connecting better with the prospects and connecting better with friends, because now we don't have that oil and water, like the knowledge person and the action person. All my knowledge type of friends actually became better friends because now I was able to understand that is just what they need. They need to process things and have a lot of knowledge about it and be smart, which is really cool. They weren't getting annoyed with me because I was like, yeah, I don't need all that detail. Just high level it for me and I can figure it out. So once you understand, everything gets a lot better. There's less friction, and definitely in the sales environment, you're going to be making more sales. Hey, make sure that you're checking out the description of this video down below for some great resources. Just click on that resources link. I'm going to be able to send you a bunch of really cool resources.